Muslims in general put a huge amount of importance on being together as a family, as a community. This is something that's emphasized both in our deen and our culture. And yet, most of the Muslim men are brutally lonely. But we find it very difficult to admit it because it doesn't make any sense. How can we, the most commune group of people, how can we feel lonely? I've personally struggled with this for most of my life. I know what it's like to wake up in the morning and think, why am I around all these people? And yet I still feel like I'm the only one in here. I know what it's like to be around people and feel like there's no point. Those people are just there. You just feel sort of like a ghost. If you can relate to this, there's nothing wrong with you. And I'm a very blunt person. If you watch any of my other videos, I will tell you, if you're being a pussy, I will tell you you're being a pussy. But how can I blame you for feeling lonely when you can't even talk to anybody in your family or your friends about truthful thoughts? Of course you feel lonely. You can't talk about the women. You can't discuss things like feminism. It gets super awkward if you try. Anything about sex, any sort of temptations that you have, you just cannot put it out there because everybody will look at you like you're crazy. So these things get distorted in your mind, and when you're sleeping at night, when you are alone in your room, that's when these things start eating up on you. These are the parts of yourself that you are consciously denying, both externally and internally. Because it is socially unacceptable in your environment, you don't accept it either. You see it as an invalid thought because you think you are too pure and you're too virtuous to be having thoughts like that in the first place. Imagine you went up to your friends or your family and you told them, yeah, I'm struggling with these temptations. I'm into degenerate women. How would they look at you? They would be like, Ahmed has lost his mind. But the truth is, we all feel this way. We all have these temptations. The thing with the white people is they will tell their parents, they won't care, and nobody will judge them because everything is normal to them. Obviously, there are many drawbacks to that, but this is something that we can learn from. Because there is a habit, a horrible habit in our community for denying things that are blatantly obvious. What's the solution, Boris? You cannot change the people around you. You can try to implement these conversations, but I don't think it's going to work too well. Because most people on average are stupid. So you need to take these truths and you need to implement them into the relationship that you have with yourself. You need to start journaling your thoughts. First thing, think about something that you would never tell the people around you, your friends or your family. You think this in the deepest parts of your brain, but you're not going to tell anyone. Bring this thought into words and write it down. And make sure this sounds extremely ridiculous, maybe even disgusting. Write down why you have that thought. Why has it been in your mind? Why can't you talk about it to other people? How has it influenced your life? And I want you to keep writing. I want you to have pages and pages full of writings about why you have the thoughts that you have. And these are the conversations that you wouldn't have with anybody else. So as you're writing, think about you're talking to yourself. This conversation must sound completely ridiculous, dark and distorted, because that's the part of you that you're denying. And when you're doing this activity, you are consciously having a conversation with your dark side. This is your shadow, as Carl Jung called it. When you bring these truths out to light, it sets you free. Then you will stop feeling so lonely. Our channel is a huge community of Muslims who are living truthfully. We don't deny any parts of ourselves. So if you want to subscribe to me and you want to look at my videos, you're going to see me telling you bluntly everything that you don't want to talk about. And when you keep watching my videos, your shadow is going to feel like it's integrated. And over time, I will bring you out of this loneliness mentality. We have a whole community dedicated to this mission and this mission alone.